How much fees are charged by consulting companies to handle your PR application? More specifically, this presentation discusses the topic. If you have decided to engage a consultant, external consulting company like ours to file your PR or citizenship application, then how much fees you should pay, or what is the general range and practices and what you should look for. So let's proceed ahead. And the usual range of fees which I have seen in the market charged by various competitors ranges between 2500 Singapore dollars to 6000 Singapore dollars. Rarely you will find a fees below 2500 or above 6000. So there are cases where people charge even 7000, 10,000 or $15,000. If you engage a top lawyer firm, then in that case they will most probably charge around $10,000 for PR application filing. So this I am referring to PTS scheme application. If it is a GIP, Global Investor Program, then the fee calculation is entirely different. Now what happens is, in this case, quality of work is very important because this is a kind of a legal and advisory work. So fees and time spent on your case has a direct relation. If the consultant or whoever is providing the services can spend more time on your case, then obviously it is going to be beneficial for you. Similarly, the fees and the knowledge of the person also has a direct relation. More knowledgeable the consultant is, more aware he is about immigration policies, obviously he is going to charge more money to you. So you need to keep it in mind that when you are engaging these services, what you are actually looking for the best or the top quality for your case. Now here I will give some example of quality differences. First, when I started recording these kind of YouTube videos, I bought a lighting kit from Amazon which looked like this, and it was 40 Singapore dollars. But then when I did some few videos initially, I realized the quality of this light was not enough. It was really bad and it did not make any difference to my videos recorded on my computer. So I had to practically throw it away, and then I bought another professional kit which looks like somewhat like this and which costed 300 Singapore dollars for me. But the difference in the output was really justifying the investment that I made. Later on, I realized actually that the first type of lights were the costlier one for me because I bought those lights for 40 Singapore dollars and I used it only once. So, cost per use was 40 Singapore dollars. Whereas the second light, which I bought for 300 Singapore dollars, I will possibly use it for recording 200 or 300 videos, and then my cost per use is going to be 1.5 Singapore dollars, which is significantly low. If I take another example, let's say of a music system, then all of us know the difference between 300 Singapore dollar music system that you get in Best Denki or in Harvey Norman compared to 8,000 Singapore dollar hi-fi fidelity system and the quality of music that you get to listen out of it. So it is a human nature. Every person really tries to optimize on the cost, and people always look for cheaper option. And there's nothing wrong with it. It is a perfect human behavior. When it comes to products, it's not a problem because products are visible, their output is visible. So you can make a difference between an iPhone and some Chinese made local telephone. You can easily understand the quality of display, the sharpness of display is very visible. Similarly, if you are buying an iMac for your daily work compared to any normal PC, Windows based PC, you can make the difference. However, when it comes to services, there is an excessive bias towards cheap services or cheaply priced services. Because for people, they think that after all, you are just giving me advisory and writing a letter for me. So why should I pay more when somebody else is charging me lower fee? But it doesn't work like that. So this is a paralegal field. Knowledgeable person is needed to spend time on your case. So moving on to the next slide, what is the problem here? Suppose you get a quote from a consultant for 2500 Singapore dollars. It might be possible that he's not spending enough time on your case. He may be having too many cases at his hand. He may not be having proper background in this field. He may not have any immigration knowledge. Now, what has happened is because of COVID, many people who have lost jobs, they have started getting into this field because they think that advising on immigration matters is easy work. I can just do some study, I can just understand the procedure well, and I will tell people what to do. Unfortunately, that is not the case. You need really some knowledge of policies, practices, and how things needs to be presented to immigration officers. If the consultant that you intend to engage does not seem to have proper knowledge of immigration field, then why do you want to engage the consultant? You might as well do this work yourself. Anyway, you know about your case, and a consultant is not going to make any difference to you. So think about it. Looking at it in another way, suppose a consultant, person A, gives you 2500 Singapore dollar quote, and person B gives you 4000 Singapore dollar quote. However, person B seems to have background, seems knowledgeable, sensible, and convincing. Then I think it is always logical to go with person B because the incremental cost here is only of 1500 Singapore dollars. But at least person B seems knowledgeable and he will be able to bring some value to your application. So on this last slide, I will not be able to give you any specific estimate or the right figure because different companies charge different fees and they have their own reasons to do that. But I can give you some criteria as to what you should follow. When you visit the company for the initial consultation, the question is, do you get any new insight? Does the person who gives you the presentation seem knowledgeable? Do they have knowledge of immigration sector? And if they have, and if the fees are reasonable, then there should not be any harm in going ahead. One more point that you should remember here, if the company seems to be too large, you need to be careful. Because large company means it is a successful company in terms of getting clients, but not necessarily in getting successful outcome. Many a times they follow cookie cutter approach and a junior level staff is often deputed to work on your case. So in summary, monetary amount of fees charged is not a right criteria. Look for balance of fees and consultant experience.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel today. PR Application is a leading immigration consultancy company in Singapore.